The Shields Road, which was quite a long road with lots of different shops on it, every sort of shop, and always very busy. There was a huge variety. There was clothing shops, food shops, wallpaper shops, Woolworths. It was just a bit of everything. Department stores like Parishes and Bevan's. I do feel that Parishes had the edge of a more classier shop because it had the cafe and you could get your lunch there and things like this, coffee. There was what was called Parish's Money, which is a token thing which people, I think, they saved up for all the year round. So come Christmas, I think they got a bonus through using them in the shop. So it gave you a little bit extra money. People used to sell them at a reduced rate so they could get the cash and go to another shop where they wanted to go to and not particularly stick with Parishes. Parishes had a small cafe, so you could stop off and have a cup of coffee and catch up with people who perhaps lived the other end of town to you, that you only saw occasionally. It was a treat to be able to afford to go into a cafe and have something in those days because, people didn't really have the money to do that sort of thing. But if you did, you made it into a bit of a social event and you caught up with news with your friends and you discussed if you'd seen a bargain somewhere, that you could pass that on. If you wanted food shopping, you would probably shop on a daily basis because in those days we didn't have fridges to keep things. You bought fresh on the day. Everything was fresh, the bakers, the butchers. You bought that day what you wanted to eat, really, apart from a few dried provisions which would keep, or tinned things, but you wouldn't need to shop every day. But if you wanted something particular, like clothing or shoes or wallpaper, I think you would probably go on a Saturday morning, because perhaps then your husband, partner would be with you to help to choose these things. They were all very local people. People didn't travel to shop in those days. They shopped local. You couldn't get on a bus if you had a big pram, so you'd no option but to walk to where you wanted to go. Once you'd had your shopping and your cup of coffee with your friends, you would probably go home. Shields Road. It was the main one before going into Newcastle itself.